India ahead will have my best wishes always.
India, fasting, feasting, flavors and full tables.
A food show that comes to you straight from the city of the Nizams.
The land of fire and spice.
Really good.
An American style with a desi tadka.
Deadly delicious nitrogen ice cream.
From bamboo biryani to noodle samosas.
Exotic bamboo biryani.
Kebabs and the local Hyderabadi cuisines.
This is all about bubble waffles.
From Satvik monsoon to super cool pub grub.
The finest of cuisines from around the country.
India's food festival begins every Saturday. Only on Millstone.
You're watching India Ahead.
The Osmania General Hospital in Hyderabad has been serving scores of patients for close to 100 years now. Lakhs of patients from Telangana and neighboring states visit the hospital on a daily basis, and most of these patients are from below the poverty line. But today, the dilapidated condition of the hospital is causing more harm to both the patients and doctors alike than any good.
Completed in 1919, this hospital, which is now a heritage site, was built by English architect Vincent Jerome Esch and Nawab Khan Bahadur Akbar Beg for the Nizam of Hyderabad, Usman Ali Khan. The once magnificent hospital today is in the state of crumbles. The resident and junior doctors have been staging protests for the last 6 days, demanding the authorities to repair the building. Earlier this year, the doctors had protested against the derelict condition of the hospital after parts of the building fell onto the doctors and the paramedic doctors. But with no improvement in the conditions, the doctors had no other option but to go on a full-fledged strike once again without affecting their duties. The doctors appeared at work wearing helmets.
उस्मानिया जनरल हॉस्पिटल 100 साल पुराना बिल्डिंग है। हाल ही में 5 वर्दत हुए हैं जिन्हें छत की कुछ हिस्से पेशेंट और उनका अटेंडर और डॉक्टर्स पर गिरे हैं। पिछले रविवार को हमारा एक ओपीजी पर गिरा था। लकीली कोई बड़ा हादसा नहीं हुआ, पर ऐसा कभी भी कुछ भी हो सकता है। इसलिए हम ये डिमांड करते हैं तेलंगाना सरकार से कि नई बिल्डिंग जल्दी से जल्दी बनाया है और डॉक्टर्स पेशेंट को एक सेफ एनवायरनमेंट दिया जाए।
When questioned the authorities about the same, the superintendent says that it's not the building that is coming down crashing on the patients and doctors, but the lime and the other material from the heritage building that is falling off. The superintendent also said that they are looking into the matter and are also shifting the patients to other safer areas.
This building is constructed by the lime cement and all these things. There is no fall of the roof, but the lime cement that is falling. 2 times it has occurred, not the very frequent issue. We have taking care wherever there is a unsafe roof is there, we are not keeping the patient there, and we are visiting every day. Our sanitary inspector and RMOs are visiting all the places wherever is unsafe and safe. We are looking after that.
The hospital authorities also said that this hospital was unfit for monsoon season due to the leaking and crumbling roof. With such life-threatening conditions, that too from a hospital, one only wonders if the authorities would act any fast in fixing the building before causing more harm.
We are inside the premises of the Osmania General Hospital, and this hospital is a 100-year-old hospital. And as you can see around me, these are parts of the ceiling that have fallen off. These are exposed ceilings that you can see with iron rods being exposed. And now I'm standing where is an exposed hallway of sorts which is used by the patients to walk through across the several wards of the Osmania General Hospital. Now these several wards of the Osmania General Hospital, this is the same hallway that is used by patients to travel across, to go to the exits, to use the washrooms. Now, alongside this entirely is the fact that this building has markings of these symbols that resemble UZ. Now, these symbols prove that this area is structurally unfit, this area is structurally unstable, and it can be dangerous for people who are walking through. So this entire hospital, you could see, is filled with these structures that have UZ written on it. And again, now this is a busy stretch. Now this is just not in the hallways, it's not in the causeways, this is also inside where the patients are kept, also in the OPDs, also in the general wards as of such. So the question now remains is, by what time will the repairs be made? And we have heard several reports of these small ceiling collapses that have injured people but not seriously injured. Now, is the government waiting for a serious mishap to happen? And if that mishap happens, who is to be blamed for it? This is Shreya Rarani with camera person Chari for India Ahead.
Well, we got a lot of reactions in the story. Let's take a look at what people have to say about it.
Wearing helmets, patients running away in a pathetic condition, water seeping in, and then roof coming down, all these things, but the structure is in a sound condition as per the experts. So the government should open the eyes and immediately whatever provision, financial and other support should be given, and immediately it should be renovated, restored and then repaired properly, so that no inconvenience caused, and then the historical heritage building to be kept in the same position to serve the millions of the people.
Osmania University, where they're housed in a heritage building, are old structures which have been constructed with a thick walls but a lime ceiling. So where is the maintenance? See, these are the heritage buildings which for n number of years they're in existence, and it's a privilege and it's a major duty of the government both to protect the buildings along with the patients also. Here you talk about advertisements, KCR kit and XYZ by TRS, but where is the minimum security for the patient to come in and have a sound sleep in the hospital? And simultaneously, the sad part is all the young doctors are wearing helmets in the hospital while they're working, because the ceiling is about 20 feet and anything drops from 20 feet, the ceiling portions or anything. We have seen the worn out ceiling and other things. So that's the sad part.
It's a 108 years old building. It's a huge building which built by Nizams. And not only Usmani building, so many buildings was built by Nizams. So we are planning in there to build a new building. It's not that deliberate, just a little bit damage is there. So we are looking after, and all the department all been instructed to look into the seriousness of that building. And once get the report, we'll decide what will going to be happen in future course. I really appreciate that doctors has protected protest and given me, and that come to our notice, and we are looking into it.
Moving on to some other news now, and in a shocking incident of apathy, 4 Tamil Nadu villagers were allegedly assaulted by forest officials. The incident took place in Annamalai forest area where a dead leopard was found. The tribal villagers were thrashed by forest officials and forced to accept that they killed the leopard. The leopard was apparently found dead with head and tail missing on 7th of September. The 4 men had gone for a bath at Parambikulam, Aliyar Canal, where the officers forced them to confess the crime. Now the villagers are protesting against the atrocities of the forest officials. A leopard was found dead in the area, and these villagers had apparently gone to the area for a bath. Forest officials caught hold of them and beat them black and blue and forcibly made them to confess to the crime. Villagers in the area are now protesting against this alleged atrocity by forest officials. Another short break now. News and updates continue. Stay tuned.
You're watching India Ahead.
Freedom at last. Landmark judgment in Supreme Court.
Reality is that this law has been scrapped.
It is a historic day. It is a historic judgment.
Draconian 377 struck down.
Is being hailed as a major victory for the LGBTQ community.
This is not about sex, it's about freedom, it's about our constitution.
Because of the constitutionality that we are not criminals today and we are equal citizens.
Law gone but has a social stigma.
Legal justice they have gained, but now they have to gain the community justice also.
Homosexuality has certain amount of abnormality.
A lot still remains to be changed.
So we want adoption rights, marriage rights.
Challenges and solutions ahead after the legal win.
Sensitizing our parents, sensitizing the society.
We will fight for the rights till we achieve it.
Meaningful, informative discussions.
Will the society and its attitude change?
What else needs to be done for you to accept this verdict in letter and spirit?
We deserve a safe workplace, a discrimination-free workplace, a bullying-free school and a hatred-free society.
Accurate reportage.
Now, it is the time for acceptance.
डेमोक्रेसी को मजबूत करने के लिए मीडिया का बहुत महत्वपूर्ण रोल होता है। ऐसे में मुझे पूरा विश्वास है इंडिया अहेड न्यूज जनता की सेवा की भावना से और लोकतंत्र को मजबूत करने की दिशा में महत्वपूर्ण रोल अदा करेगा। बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं।
Anti-red raids.
These
India Ahead, I wish them a grand success and a great launch. All the very best.
Health is wealth. Every 1% of GDP spent on health can potentially increase 5% of the country's wealth by preserving lives and deserving livelihoods. By polluting economics and dirty politics, we certainly need a breath of fresh air. Watch me, Sana Khan, as I unearth stories which promise to make a clean and healthy India ahead.
Election year is round the corner. Having been cornered, the opposition parties have begun doing the rounds. Will federalism replace alleged feudalism? I am Rishabh Madrin Pratap. Join me as I break the fresh grounds to uncover the ground realities and bring you the politics behind politicians. Which government could we expect for India ahead?
Why is the Sensex scaling when the economy is failing? Why is GST called government subscribed tension? What remains the demon in demonetization, and should corporates be gaining when jobs are being lost? Watch me, Vaishali Gaba, as I make it my business to take India ahead.
To get ahead in life, you've got to make a head start. Join me, Shruti Mathur, as I join startups to understand what makes the Deccan India's digital capital and how they are all gearing up to take India ahead.
Channel is coming, which is good for news industry, which is good for the country, and we sincerely hope that this will create a niche in journalism so that people can get news as it is. Congratulations to the team of India Ahead. We wish you all the best.
The good times with Happy Hour at 11 p.m. weekdays on India Ahead.
India's true ambassadors. They make our hearts swell with pride.
and really I'm happy with silver medal.
You standing there and your flag is flying high, so definitely a proud moment.
दो इवेंट में मेडल जीता, सिल्वर मेडल, मुझे बहुत खुशी महसूस हो रहा है. मेरा जो मेहनत किया था इसका फल मुझे मिला.
I think there are a lot more medals coming in, lot of achievements coming in from India.
But behind these remarkable achievements lies the sad and unspoken story of struggle.
Why should these athletes wait for 2 years or 4 years, come the Asiad or the Olympics, to get their moment of recognition?
India heads national campaign.
A lot of the discussion around these sports stars, it tends to end with just one mild celebration of that medal. But what change has it got in their lives in this cricket-hungry country often remains a huge mystery.
Help the struggling stars of India.
You're watching India Ahead.
On to the latest updates in the Kerala nun rape case. In Kerala, police summoned Jalandhar Bishop Franco Mulakkal for a second round of interrogation on 19th of September as protests demanding action against him over allegations of rape by a nun gathered steam. The decision came a day after the nun wrote a letter to the Vatican demanding justice. After holding a high-level meet, Inspector General of Police IG Vijay Sakhare said that the bishop had been asked to appear before the investigating officer of the case and that a decision will be taken on his arrest after verifying certain contradictory statements. The bishop is likely to be questioned at a high-tech interrogation facility at Ettumannur in Kottayam district. Hinting at the fact that investigation has been happening on a daily basis, the IG said that an affidavit will be submitted in the Kerala High Court today on the progress in the probe. Meanwhile, Missionaries of Jesus have expressed doubts about the authenticity of the complaint by the nun. The organization has alleged that several unknown people had visited the St. Francis Mission Home over the past several days. To get a clear understanding of the happenings in the past, it has formed an inquiry commission to probe into the matter. The commission will also probe into the sources of revenue for the nuns who have been protesting for the past several days. There have been many developments in the case after pressure mounted on the Kerala police and Kerala government to act. The nuns, along with several other supporters, marched towards the secretariat yesterday demanding justice. Meanwhile, after being wrapped by the Kerala High Court, Kerala police held a high-level meeting yesterday as they are to present an ATR, an action taken report, to the High Court today. The investigating officer also submitted an affidavit that found Bishop Franco Mulakkal guilty in the matter. The affidavit clearly said that repeated rapes and unnatural offences, sexual offences, were conducted by the bishop between 23rd of September 2016 and 5th of May 2018. After the high-level meeting, police issued a statement saying that some more investigation was needed in the matter and that there were contradictory reports. They summoned Bishop Franco Mulakkal to appear before them on the 19th of September. Let's listen into what police officials had to say after the high-level meeting.
There are a lot of contradictions in the case, and on part of everyone, complainant, the accused, the witnesses, everything. And there are many. And this case is an old case, and it is based primarily on oral evidence. So we do not have much of, it is very difficult to gather scientific and technical evidence. And there are a lot of contradictions. So as part of investigation, we have to ensure that all these contradictions are ironed out properly, so that when we charge sheet, we have the evidence and we are totally sure what we are doing, what evidence we have. So that process is going on continuously.
Well, for more on this, we are joined in by our Kerala correspondent Rickson Uman, who has been tracking all the developments in the story. Rickson, police confirming yesterday that Bishop Franco Mulakkal has been summoned for a second round of interrogation, but the IG claiming that there are many contradictions in the case. In fact, in a spectacular U-turn, even the investigating officer, the deputy SP who filed the affidavit earlier and held Bishop guilty for multiple offences of rape and unnatural sexual offences, even came in front of the media and said that, as suggested by the IG, there are many contradictions and therefore further investigation is needed in the matter. What is happening?
Yeah, exactly, Devi. As you stated that today is a very big day for with related to this case, because the police officials are supposed to submit an action taken report to the Kerala High Court. At the same time, as you stated that yesterday, there is a top official meeting has happened here in Cochin, and after the top official meeting, as you said, what the investigation officer and IG Vijay Sakray have stated that there are many contradictions in the case as they are investigating. And they are looking at the matter deeply so that they don't miss out anything in the case. And the affidavit, which was filed during the month of August, was filed under different circumstances. And now there are many contradictions emerging out. And they are probing that matter. And as you said, that what they are saying is that this is an all case, and scientifically and technically there were contradictions in the statement and evidence, and that's why they are taking more time to investigate. And they want a waterlight charge sheet, and they are reviewing the case on day-to-day basis. This is what IG Vijay Sakray has stated yesterday evening after the top official meeting. But at the same time, a huge criticism was raising against Kerala Home Department and also against the state government. Since 79 days, no action has been taken by the state police. Only they visited Jalandhar and they recorded a statement from Franco Mulakkal there in Jalandhar. And yesterday, after the meeting, they decided to call Franco Mulakkal to Kerala on 19th of this month. And on that day itself, they are planning only interrogation and not taking any decision regarding the arrest. But at the same time, as you know, that the missionaries of Jesus, which the convent which the sisters belongs to, continuously making statements against the particular nuns. And yesterday late night, what they have stated is that through a press release, they are saying that they formed an inquiry commission to probe the conspiracy to defame the missionaries and bishops, and they expressed the doubts about the authenticity of the complaint. As you know that during the initial days of this case itself, we reported that the nuns have given complaint to the local church authorities and to the Ernakulam Archbishop, and then she given complaint to the Vatican representative, and recently she given a complaint to the Pope itself. And now the missionaries of Jesus, which the sisters belongs to, says that they have doubt about the authenticity of the complaint which the sisters are given, and the fresh person alleges that many suspicious people have visited the convent in the last few months, and also the commission will also probe into the sources of revenue for the nuns who are protesting now. As you know that for the last 6 days, the victim and also the sisters, the nuns and some of the priests and believers are conducting protests here in Cochin in front of the Kerala High Court against the state government, against the Catholic Church community, because the local church authorities are not taking any action. So the protest still continues here, and the protest is attaining more strength after each day, because many believers are flowing towards this protest place and giving solidarity to the sisters and to other priests. At the same time, the Catholic Church is also highly criticizing the nuns and also the priests who are giving support to the victim. And what they are saying is that yesterday itself, the particular missions of Jesus Convent says that they are going to give a petition to State Police Chief Loknath Bihara regarding this protest.
Right.
And now they are saying that they need a probe in the source of revenue for the nuns who are protesting here, Ravi.
Right. Thank you so much, Rickson, for joining and sharing all those details. The Kerala police will submit an ATR to the Kerala High Court today, an action taken report. And as indicated by the IG, after he spoke to media yesterday, they will take some more time before clearing all the contradictions which the IG said were coming in from multiple corners, including the victim, the accused and the witnesses in the case. Even the investigating officer who filed an affidavit earlier indicting The bishop said more investigation was needed in the matter. Franco Mulakkal has been summoned and will be interrogated for the second time on 19th of September. Meanwhile, there have been many reactions in the case. Let's listen into what some of the supporters of the victim nun as well as others had to say.
उसमें तो मेरा कोई रिएक्शन नहीं है, क्योंकि पुलिस ने इधर आकर 9 घंटे मेरे साथ बैठकर गल्लां बातें कर रही हैं. उसका भी बयान लिया था, मेरा भी बयान लिया, उसमें कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन था. तो ये वापस जाके वो कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन को अभी स्टडी कर रहे हैं, कौन सच बोल रहे, कैसे है, तो फिर वो अपना कंक्लूजन बना के रिपोर्ट देना है. तो मैं भी सुना कि उन लोग वो प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं, वो तो अपनी दे आर फ्री. तो जो प्रोटेस्ट करना है, अपना डिमांड्स मांग करना, वो अपना उन लोगों का अपना हक है, उसके ऊपर मैं कुछ बोल नहीं सकता. जरूर जो भी लीगल मेजर्स है, हम तो पूरा कोऑपरेट करेंगे. अभी तक करके आया है, पूरा हम कोऑपरेट जरूर करेंगे, इसमें तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है.
Giving time for the accused to influence the witness and to do anything with the evidence, to destroy the evidence. This will not help ensuring justice, or this will not help the all legal process. So that is why we are demanding that now there is no time to be wasted. Almost you have wasted a lot of time. And now you cannot delay anymore, and you will have to arrest them.
വളരെ ദുഃഖകരമാണ് കന്യാസ്ത്രീകളുടെ സമരം നടത്തുക എന്നുള്ളത് തന്നെ വളരെ പ്രയാസകരമാണ്. ഞങ്ങൾ ഒരു കാര്യം ഗവൺമെന്റ് വ്യക്തമാക്കാൻ, ഞങ്ങൾ ഇരയോടൊപ്പമാണ്. കന്യാസ്ത്രീകളുടെ ആവശ്യങ്ങൾ അതിനോടൊപ്പം നിൽക്കുന്നവരാണ് ഞങ്ങൾ. അതുകൊണ്ട് അവരാരും ഉത്കണ്ഠപ്പെടേണ്ടതില്ല, ഭയപ്പെടേണ്ടതില്ല. ഏറ്റവും ശരിയായിട്ടുള്ള നിലപാട് ഈ ഗവൺമെന്റ് സ്വീകരിക്കും. ഒരു കുറ്റവാളിയെയും ഈ ഗവൺമെന്റ് സംരക്ഷിക്കില്ല.
The government and the party will not protect any guilty person. The government and the investigating agencies are, on the basis of law, doing this investigation. They will arrive at appropriate conclusions. Definitely the government will act on that. We will not protect anybody who is guilty of a crime.
Well, I honestly feel that all that's happened and transpired with the Bishop of Jalandhar has damaged the image of the church, and the church in its context of being an organization that has integrity and stands for justice has got tarnished under the circumstances. In the light of all this, I think in the best interests of the church, it would be advisable for Bishop Franco to step down and an impartial inquiry to be conducted so that the truth can come out.
According to me, she is not a nun. Her statement is against nun's life. So, but one thing, to refer any woman as prostitute is wrong. It is a personal disregard. I should not use such a word while answering the question from the journalist. But I strongly stand by the other statement, which I said regarding that woman. That is a fact. Now I am strongly stand by the other statement, no doubt. Her statement and the same way her brother statement are wrong. Her behavior is not a Christian lady's behavior. That's all.
First of all, the bishop should step down, because there are a lot of allegations and a lot of controversies happening, and he is representing the church. Just to safeguard the image of the church, I think he should step down, and then inquiry should be followed up. And here in this case also, I would say that the inquiry process is being so delayed. I don't know what is the reason. So the truth is not coming out. Both of the sides, proving themselves they are right. So I think justice should be delivered to that lady if her allegations are right. So I think ultimately there is a delay.
Meanwhile, days after calling the nun a prostitute, controversial Kerala MLA PC George apologized for using the term. He, however, claimed that he stood by all the other statements that he made. Let's listen to what he had to say.
According to me, she is not a nun. Her statement is against nuns' life. So, but one thing, to refer any woman as prostitute is wrong. It is a personal disregard. I should not use such a word while answering the question from the journalist. But I strongly stand by the other statement which I said regarding that woman. That is a fact. Now I am strongly stand by the other statement, no doubt. Her statement and her brother statement are wrong. Her behavior is not a Christian.
We'll slip into a short break right now, but news and updates continue on the other side. Stay tuned.
You're watching India Ahead.
मैं हूं सुष्मिता सेन और आप देख रहे हैं इंडिया अहेड।
Customers and well-wishers, we wish you a happy Vinayak Chavati. Dr. Copper, seamless copper bottle. Customers and well-wishers, we wish you a happy Vinayak Chavati. Dr. Copper, seamless copper bottle.
Kapil Chits, wishing its members, agents and well-wishers a happy Vinayak Chavati. Kapil Chits, make your dreams true.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Neha calling from Aisa Vaisa Bank.
Hi.
Sir, credit card.
क्रेडिट कार्ड तो मेरे पास नहीं खो गया। तुम्हारे ब्रांचेस कहाँ पे हैं? जाम्बिया, सोमालिया, वेनिस।
Please hold, sir.
No problem. Company ka mal, darya mein dal.
When people from your company travel abroad, insist on a Matrix SIM card so they don't go on and on wasting company money.
Hello, sir. My talk time getting over, sir.
Last 10 minutes, please.
Get free calls and unlimited data with Matrix SIM cards.
4,900 shares sold.
54 for 2,000 shares.
निफ्टी ने 10,700 के स्तर को पार कर लिया है।
आज सुबह से ही रफ्तार में मार्केट 5,000 trades of 50.
I'm out. तेजी के साथ बढ़ रहा है बाजार।
What's he doing?
He knows what he's doing. It's 15,000 again.
Call at 44,000 shares.
He's almost got it. Sold.
90 bid away.
Not yet almost.
That's it.
Not enough to get it down.
Let's close it up.
Look beyond the markets. What's happening in the world of business? And how does it affect you? A health check on the state of your economy. Join me, Vaishali Gaba, as I make your news my business. Only on India Ahead.
We need news that is relevant and responsive. India Ahead may just be the answer. I wish India Ahead all the very best. Good luck.
The biggest stories, immersive discussions, the biggest newsmakers. The only show that speaks in your language and puts your voice on primetime television. Watch me, Saurav Sanyal, weeknights at 8 p.m. on Talking India Ahead.
You're watching India Ahead.
Welcome back. Vijay Mallya sparked off a controversy yesterday by claiming that he had met Finance Minister Arun Jaitley in the parliament multiple times before fleeing the country. And later, the fugitive made a spectacular U-turn. After Finance Minister Arun Jaitley retorted that he never officially met Mallya before he left the country, Mallya came back and suggested that he had unofficially met Jaitley in the corridors of the parliament. As the controversy snowballed, Mallya seems to have felt the heat and issued a clarification. The opposition, however, is in no mood to spare the government on this controversial issue, as Congress President Rahul Gandhi asked Arun Jaitley to step down while the investigations are underway in the matter. Let's listen to what Mallya had to say first up, Arun Jaitley's retort, and then Mallya's U-turn.
This way. What do you want to say to that? And again, one. You can look up just a look. We want to make the money laundering charge.
I left because I had a scheduled meeting in Geneva. I met the finance minister
before I left, repeated my offer to settle with the banks. That's the truth. Nothing that I can do about it. My conscience is clear. I've put almost 15,000 crores worth of assets on the table in front of the Honorable High Court of Karnataka. And I have nothing much more to say, other than I hope that the court will favorably consider my application, pay off everyone, and end of story. I left because I had a scheduled meeting in Geneva. I met the finance minister before I left, repeated my offer to settle with the banks. That's the truth.
I've seen the statement of Vijay Mallya where he claims to have met me with an offer of settlement. Nothing could be further from truth. I have never given him an appointment, never at my office, never at my residence, nor have I ever offered to meet him. I do remember on one occasion, he misused his privilege as a member of Rajya Sabha. And while I was walking out of the Rajya Sabha to my room, he paced up towards me in the Parliament building and suggested that he was going to make some offer of settlement. I did not even bother to get any detail from him. I curtly told him that he must go and make it to the bankers because I was fully aware that he had been bluffing on several occasions in the past and had no intention of paying back the bankers' money. Besides this one sentence exchanged, where he literally barged on to me while I was walking and tried to make some offer or a suggestion which I refused to entertain. There is no question of my having ever met him, spoken to him. I even did not receive any paper from him at that time. And therefore, to convey an impression that he met me with an offer of settlement, well, if this is what he is referring to, then I'm sure this is factually not correct. He must come out with the complete facts. I did not have any formal meeting scheduled with him. I met him often enough in Parliament, in the House and in Central Hall. And I have expressed to him my willingness to settle on many an occasion. As it is a completely innocent statement made by me during lunch about my having told Mr. Jaitley that I was leaving for London has created this totally unnecessary controversy. And I'm sorry, but...
Meanwhile, the Congress is in no mood to let go of this opportunity to attack the ruling party and the finance minister. There have been demands of Arun Jaitley stepping down as finance minister till the investigation is pending in the matter. Let's listen to what some of the Congress leaders had to say.
I think given the fact that two things have been said by Mallya, one that he met, which suggests some kind of a formal structured meeting, and two, that he offered a settlement, which means some kind of a detailed structural offer. I think we need proper disclosures, full inquiries, and the moot question remains. At that time, everybody was cognizant, everybody was aware. And the fact, whether it was a casual meeting or a more structured meeting, Mallya's statement suggests a more structured meeting. The question remains, how could he have left after everybody knew about these debts, everybody knew of the NPAs, and after he has made some kind of offer to settle?
Well, I've heard this statement of Vijay Mallya and also Finance Minister's response today. The question is, this is a serious matter. Here is an absconder from law, and our government agencies belatedly are trying to get him back after he has taken away thousands of crores of bank's money, not repaid his loans. It is people's money, it's taxpayers' money or citizens' money. Question that arises is, this matter was discussed in Parliament on a number of occasions.
And the wait is finally over for all iPhone lovers around the world as Apple launched 3 brand new iPhones, the iPhone XS, iPhone XS Max and XSR. Not just that, Apple also unveiled its brand new watch, Series 4. Unlike the other 2 new iPhone models, the iPhone XR sports an edge-to-edge 6.1-inch LCD panel that has the same display notch on top that debuted on the iPhone X last year. The iPhone XR is just the right size when it comes to a large phone and renders itself to unhand operations. This phone is more affordable because of the change in metal and screen quality. The other factor that brings the price down is the fact that there is just one camera at the back. However, it does let you take portrait shots and even play around with depth, as this one too uses the A12 Bionic processor. Now talking about iPhone XS, which is an upgraded version of the iPhone X, the big difference is clearly the A12 Bionic chipset, the first 7nm processor in an Apple phone. This will empower the iPhone XS to do much more than before, especially when it comes to executing machine learning tasks. And of course, the Apple Watch Series 4 is an advanced version of the Apple Watch, much slimmer than its predecessor with many more new features. All the products should be available on sale in India from 28th of September. On to some entertainment news now, and Akshay Kumar and Rajinikanth Stara 2, the trailer, the teaser, in fact, the 3D teaser will be released today on Ganesh Chaturthi, and it will be a big day for all Rajini fans out there as well as Akshay Kumar's followers, because this is Akshay's debut film in Kollywood. The film starring Rajinikanth and Akshay Kumar has been made at a whopping cost of 563 crore rupees. And it matches the budget of many Hollywood blockbusters. In a first, the 3D version of the teaser will be shown at select screens across India. Superstar Akshay Kumar, who plays the main antagonist in the magnum opus, announced that fans can watch the teaser for free at cinema halls run by PVR and Satyam. Well, it's Ganesh Chaturthi today, and there is a spectacle in store for all the Hyderabadis as a 600 kilogram Tapeshwaram Laddu, which is offered to Hyderabad's huge Khairatabad Ganesh, finally managed to reach the Telangana capital last night. Preparations of the Laddu began on Tuesday in Andhra Pradesh's Tapeshwaram village in East Godavari district. The special Laddu, prepared by PVVV Mallikarjuna Rao, is made up of huge amounts of sugar, ghee, Bengal gram, cashew nuts, almonds, cardamom and green camphor. The Laddu, also called a Mahaprasadam, will be offered to Hyderabad Mahaganapati today, and at the end of the 10-day festival it would be distributed to the public. With that, we'll call it a wrap on this edition of the Bulletin. Thank you so much for watching. Time now for a short break, but news and updates will continue on the other side. Stay tuned.
You're watching India Ahead.
I wish this new television channel, India Ahead, all the very best. May you reach out to more and more and inform people more and more. Thank you and wish you the very best.
"16 years as a journalist, for me personally, has been a great learning experience. political reportage in states here at the center has all helped me understand the finer nuances of this profession. It's undoubtedly a very, very exciting phase of my life. But during these past 16 years, I have always wondered, we in the Indian media always love to debate and discuss a problem. We in the media have frankly never experimented with a problem-solving mindset. In fact, we are fueled by a problem highlighting and in some cases, a problem-creating mindset. You expose a politician, a bureaucrat, a businessman, a film star immediately when you start seeking solutions. Those who have solutions will shine, and those who don't will perish. I think this is the expectation that a new India has of its journalism, of its country, and this is exactly what is going to take India ahead.
Hi, this is Shraddha Kapoor and you're watching India Ahead.
Freedom at last. Landmark judgment in Supreme Court.
Reality is that this law has been scrapped.
It is a historic day. It is a historic judgment.
Draconian 377 struck down.
Is being hailed as a major victory for the LGBTQ community.
This is not about sex, it's about freedom, it's about our constitution.
Because of the constitutionality that we are not criminals today and we are equal citizens.
Law gone but has a social stigma.
Legal justice they have gained, but now they have to gain the community justice also.
Homosexuality has certain amount of abnormality.
A lot still remains to be changed.
So we want adoption rights, marriage rights.
Challenges and solutions ahead after the legal win.
Sensitizing our parents, sensitizing the society.
We will fight for the rights till we achieve it.
Meaningful, informative discussions.
Will the society and its attitude change?
What else needs to be done for you to accept this verdict in letter and spirit?
We deserve a safe workplace, a discrimination-free workplace, a bullying-free school and a hatred-free society.
Accurate reportage.
Now, it is the time for acceptance.
You're watching India Ahead.
8 o'clock in the morning, a very happy Ganesh Chaturthi to all our viewers out there. My name is Ravi Kumar Dhulipala. As always, a quick look at the headlines first up. Controversial businessman Vijay Mallya does a spectacular U-turn on his "I met the finance minister" claim. After Arun Jaitley retorts as completely baseless claims, Mallya clarifies that he met the finance minister while passing through the corridors of the parliament. Sources say Congress and other opposition parties in Telangana have sealed the deal on seat sharing. Congress to get lion's share of 90 seats, while TDP and Communist Party to settle for 29 constituencies. Kerala police to file action taken report in front of the High Court, even as accused Bishop Franco Mulakkal is summoned for a second round of interrogation on September 19th. Missionaries of Jesus meanwhile says it will independently investigate conspiracy charges in the matter. Apple unveils 3 new iPhones, the iPhone XS, iPhone XS Max and iPhone XR. Tech giant also launches the brand new Apple Watch Series 4 in its much anticipated fall event in Cupertino. And India Ahead wishes its viewers a very happy Ganesh Chaturthi. How about a 600 kg laddu for the world's favorite god? This Mahaprasadam offered in Khairatabad to the tallest Ganesha to be distributed to public after the last day of celebrations. Well, our top story this hour, a high alert has been sounded off in Jammu and Kashmir after police intercepted 3 Jaish-e-Mohammed militants who were trying to cross a toll naka. When they were stopped at the toll naka on the state's main highway, the truck they were travelling in refused to halt and proceeded further. And the militants even fired at the paramilitary forces and security personnel as they sped from the spot. Sources suggest the militants went into the wild, into the jungles of Jammu and Kashmir, and now there is a massive security operation that has been launched to locate them and nab them. The suspected militants opened fire on the security personnel after they intercepted a truck that sped past a checkpoint on the highway and escaped into the nearby forest. Security has been increased in Katra, which is the base camp of Mata Vaishno Devi cave. Drones have also been deployed over the forest areas, and search operations have been launched by paramilitary forces and local police to locate the terrorists. For more on this, I'm joined in by my colleague Rishabh M. Pratap on the phone line. Rishabh, this happened yesterday. These 3 terrorists were apparently traveling in a truck when security forces tried stopping the truck at a checkpost. It refused to halt, and the terrorists even opened fire at the security forces as they sped from that spot and went into the wild. Do we have any latest update on this?
Ravi, if you see in the panchayat elections in the state of Jammu and Kashmir are just days, weeks away from now, and all these anti-social elements, the terror organizations are trying to mobilize their operatives in the valley as well as Jammu, and that's why security forces are on high alert. There are a number of checkposts which have been increased on the national highway as well as state highways in the valley. And in one of those incidents, while the security forces tried to intercept a truck, they wanted to check the truck, they sped up, and that's why an high alert has been sounded in the valley, and now every moving vehicle is being checked to ensure that when the parliament polls happen, and remember, parliament polls are not a day or 2-day affair. The parliament poll is stretched over a period of 80 days. So definitely the whole valley will be under security blanket, and this is just preparation for the panchayat poll, so that there is a peaceful panchayat poll in the state of Jammu and Kashmir.
Right, talking about panchayat polls in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, many local parties, many regional parties, including the PDP and National Conference, have decided to boycott the elections. They say the atmosphere is not right for the smooth conduct of elections. Any further updates on that?
So, Ravi, both PDP under Mehbooba Mufti and National Conference under Omar Abdullah both have said that they will boycott panchayat polls because the centre has not cleared its stand on 35A. Article 35A, remember, as we discussed even earlier, happens to be a special provision for the state of Jammu and Kashmir, which gives special treatment to the residents, permanent residents of the state of Jammu and Kashmir, or in jobs, admissions, and other government opportunities. So the case is right now, the matter is right now in the Supreme Court, but both the state parties, be it PDP or National Conference, both of them have asked the central government and BJP to clear their stand on Article 35A. Otherwise, they will boycott any democratic election, be it panchayat polls, or even National Conference has gone ahead and said that they will boycott the state as well as general elections that are scheduled in 2019 if BJP doesn't come clear on Article 35A. So it remains to be seen that how things will happen, because Centre as of now has maintained that since the matter is in Supreme Court, they will not speak anything about it.
Right, and the Apex Court itself has actually deferred the hearing in the matter. It will now take place in January 2019, as the Supreme Court also thought that the time is not conducive for the matter to come up for hearing. Thank you so much for those updates, Rishabh. Rishabh, our correspondent, telling us more about the situation right now in Jammu and Kashmir. A high alert has been sounded off after 3 suspected terrorists were intercepted by security forces yesterday. The terrorists managed to flee from the area and managed to get into the forest. A massive search operation is on right now to track them down, while police are leaving no stone unturned to ensure that there are adequate checks that are done across the state to make sure that there are no remaining terrorists. Controversial businessman Vijay Mallya did a spectacular U-turn yesterday on his "I met the finance minister" claim. After Arun Jaitley retorted as completely baseless claims, Mallya clarified that he met the finance minister while passing through the corridors of the parliament. Vijay Mallya, talking to reporters outside a Westminster court in the United Kingdom, said that he had met the finance minister before leaving for London. Mallya even went on to say that he offered to settle his dues with the banks. And later, the finance minister retorted, saying there was never an official meeting between the duo. He just said that being a Rajya Sabha member, Vijay Mallya used to come to the parliament once in a while, and during one such interactions that they had in the corridors of the parliament, Mallya spoke about the issue, and Jaitley went on to say that it was up to the banks to settle the dues. Later, Mallya did a U-turn and said he never officially met the finance minister. Let's actually listen into what both of them had to say before we take the other reactions that we got from Congress leaders.
I left because I had a scheduled meeting in Geneva. I met the finance minister before I left, repeated my offer to settle with the banks. That's the truth. Nothing that I can do about it. My conscience is clear. I put almost 15,000 crores worth of assets on the table in front of the Honorable High Court of Karnataka, and I have nothing much more to say other than I hope that the court will favorably consider my application, pay off everyone. And I left because I had a scheduled meeting in Geneva. I met the finance minister before I left, repeated my offer to settle with the banks. That's the truth.
I've seen the statement of Vijay Mallya where he claims to have met me with an offer of settlement. Nothing could be further from truth. I have never given him an appointment, never at my office, never at my residence, nor have I ever offered to meet him. I do remember on one occasion, he misused his privilege as a member of Rajya Sabha. And while I was walking out of the Rajya Sabha to my room, he paced up towards me in the Parliament building and suggested that he was going to make some offer of settlement. I did not even bother to get any detail from him. I curtly told him that he must go and make it to the bankers, because I was fully aware that he had been bluffing on several occasions in the past and had no intention of paying back the bankers' money. Besides this one sentence exchanged, where he literally barged on to me while I was walking and tried to make some offer or a suggestion which I refused to entertain. There is no question of my having ever met him, spoken to him. I even did not receive any paper from him at that time. And therefore, to convey an impression that he met me with an offer of settlement, well, if this is what he is referring to, then I'm sure this is factually not correct. He must come out with the complete facts.
I did not have any formal meeting scheduled with him. I met him often enough in Parliament, in the House and in Central Hall, and I have expressed to him my willingness to settle on many an occasion. As it is a completely innocent statement made by me during lunch about my having told Mr. Jaitley that I was leaving for London, has created this totally unnecessary controversy. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to act as fodder.
I think given the fact that two things have been said by Malia, one that he met, which suggests some kind of a formal structured meeting, and two, that he offered a settlement, which means some kind of a detailed structural offer. I think we need proper disclosures, full inquiries, and the moot question remains. At that time, everybody was cognizant, everybody was aware, and the fact whether it was a casual meeting or a more structured meeting, Malia's statement suggests a more structured meeting. The question remains, how could he have left after everybody knew about these debts, everybody knew of the NPAs, and after he has made some kind of offer to settle?
Well, I've heard this statement of Vijay Mallya and also Finance Minister's response today. The question is, this is a serious matter. Here is an absconder from law, and our government agencies belatedly are trying to get him back after he has taken away thousands of crores of bank's money, not repaid his loans. It is people's money, it's taxpayers' money or citizens' money. Question that arises is, this matter was discussed in Parliament on a number of occasions. It has been a matter of intense debate in the country. It was therefore expected that the Finance Minister, while responding on this issue, had informed the Parliament. Only he can tell us why he chose not to reveal it until today.
अरुण जेटली जो वित्त मंत्री हैं, जो बैंकों के सभी मामले देखते हैं, उनसे विजय माल्या मिलके और उनकी सलाह पे वो भारत छोड़ के लंदन गए। मैंने कई बार इसके बारे में कहा कि मैंने स्वयं विजय माल्या को अरुण जेटली जी के साथ में सेंट्रल हॉल में कोने में कई देर तक बात करते हुए फिर उसके बाद बेंच में बैठ के भी उन्होंने बात की। मैं नहीं जानता उन्होंने क्या बात की, लेकिन जिस आर्थिक संकट से गुजर रहे थे, जिसकी वजह से देश छोड़ के उन्हें भागना पड़ा, जाहिर है कि उसी विषय पे बात की होगी। और आज विजय माल्या के द्वारा ये स्वीकार किया गया कि हाँ, उन्होंने बात की थी और मामले को सेटल करने के लिए उन्होंने रिक्वेस्ट किया था। तो ये पूरी तरह से स्पष्ट है, विजय माल्या आर्थिक अपराधी हैं।
We'll slip into a short break right now, but news and updates continue on the other side. Stay tuned.
You're watching India Ahead.
A psychological war on the minds of the young Indian, where they are lured into ending their own life. We here at India Ahead have decided that we will float 10 new challenges for the youth and dare them to take them up. The Donate Blood Challenge, a Good Samaritan Challenge, try taking up an anti-road rage challenge, No Drink and Drive Challenge, Adopt a Granny Challenge, Anti-Public Urination Challenge, Help Kerala Challenge, Anti-Suicide Challenge, and Play a Sport Challenge. Let's see what the youth of this country can do. Do they have it in them to take these challenges up?
Southern Travels Private Limited, wishing its customers a happy Vinayaka Chaturthi, beginning to your happiest journey. Southern Travels Private Limited. Contact 9848023236.
Customers and well-wishers, we wish you a happy Vinayak Chavati. Dr. Copper, Seamless Copper Bottle. Customers and well-wishers, we wish you a happy Vinayak Chavati. Dr. Copper, Seamless Copper Bottle.
हेलो डार्लिंग। अरे यहाँ पे लोग अंताक्षरी खेल रहे हैं। अच्छा हम भी खेलें फोन पे? जा 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 कबूतर पहले प्यार की पहली चिट्ठी।
The Matrix SIM card you can talk on and on and on because it doesn't cost the earth.
एक दो तीन जाओ मैं बात नहीं करती।
Get free calls and unlimited data with Matrix SIM card.
In a world that is rapidly changing, we bring you news that directly impacts your world. From bilateral agreements to global power play, India has come a long way. Dissecting facts from fiction, we bring you the bigger picture. Join me, Sana Khan, as I track international news, bringing you perspectives that shape India's world. Watch Weekly World Wrap weekends at 4:30 p.m. only on India Ahead.
Relevant, responsive, responsible. It's about time.
Hi, I'm Rajkumar Rao और देखते रहिए इंडिया अहेड।
You're watching India Ahead.
Welcome back. The Congress has finalized a seat-sharing agreement with the TDP and left parties in Telangana to challenge KCR-led TRS. Sources say of the 119 seats in the state assembly, Congress is likely to contest on 90, leaving 29 for its alliance partners. The Congress, TDP and left parties met Telangana Governor ESL Narasimhan on Tuesday and urged him to take steps to ensure that President's rule was imposed in the state in the run-up to the assembly polls. They also sought action against K. Chandrasekhar Rao, alleging that he was abusing power in the state. The three parties, which have reached an understanding on forming an electoral alliance, said that KCR's illegal conduct was helping his own party ahead of the polls. Meanwhile, the Election Commission team was here in the Telangana capital yesterday. They had a series of meetings with leaders from various political parties as well as officials from all the districts of the state. The team met SPs and district collectors and later held a press conference in the evening suggesting that the state was prepared for polls. However, it is up to the Chief Election Commissioner to take a final call on the dates of polls in Telangana. There are very strong indications that elections here could be held much before the polls in 4 states, including Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan and Mizoram. Well, it's Ganesh Chaturthi today and there are massive celebrations across the country. It's day one of the celebrations and I'm told that my colleague Aneri is joining us right now from a very prominent temple in Khairatabad where the tallest Ganesha of Telangana has been installed. Aneri, tell us more about the lovely visuals that I see on our screens as well as the celebrations there.
Ravi, we are at the Khairatabad Ganesh. This is the tallest Ganesh in Hyderabad and in Telangana state. I would request my camera person to pan around and show you the visuals of the Khairatabad Ganesh. This Ganesh is nearly 57 feet high and the width of the Ganesh is 24. And nearly 150 people from Chennai, Kolkata and Mumbai have worked and have designed this Ganesh here at Khairtabad in Hyderabad. And this the work was started nearly in May 2018, when it began to design. And now you can see the crowd over here has been started. Like many VIPs, police commissioners and many other ministers have been coming down and offering their prayers over here. There are a lot of cultural activities going on here at the Khairtabad Ganesh here in Hyderabad.
Right, indeed, it looks incredibly tall, 57 feet as Aneri mentioned. Beautiful visuals there coming in from Khairtabad. This is by far the biggest celebration in Hyderabad. Also, Aneri, I am told that there is a massive 600 kilograms laddu that is made especially for Ganesh Chaturthi, which comes all the way from Andhra Pradesh. And once the celebrations are over, the laddu is distributed among the public. Is that right?
Yes, Ravi, you are right. The laddu comes all the way from Andhra Pradesh, and at the last day, the laddu has been auctioned here, will be auctioned, and then it will be distributed among the people who come here and offer their prayers here. There are a lot of massive arrangements set up here by the police personnel here, so that everything goes in smooth. All the police personnel, everything is in place today as it's Ganesh Chaturthi. There are a lot of checking securities, back checkings, and everything is taken place here, so that no one finds it inconvenient for the people here.
Right. Thank you so much, Aneri, for bringing us all those lovely visuals from Khairtabad, where there is a massive celebration taking place on day one of Ganesh Chaturthi. The festival will go on for 10 days, and as Aneri pointed out, we are told that this massive laddu that has come all the way from Andhra Pradesh will be auctioned off, and whoever buys it then distributes it to the general public. Also, there is folklore that pieces of this laddu are sprayed on agricultural lands, because that, it seems, works as a fertilizer, a natural fertilizer, with the blessings of world's favorite Lord Ganesha. We'll keep tracking the festivities across the country right through the day. It is one of the biggest festivals for Hindus. There you go. Visuals coming in from different parts of the country. Hyderabad, Telangana, you saw on the left hand side. Vizag, Andhra Pradesh. Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh. Mumbai, Maharashtra. Lal Bagcha Raja. The country has donned a celebratory look as Ganesh Chaturthi is being celebrated with a lot of fervor across the country. Well, that's all we had on this edition of the Bulletin. Thank you so much for watching. Time now for a short break. On the other side, Insta News coming your way. Stay tuned.
You're watching India Ahead.
"16 years as a journalist, for me personally, has been a great learning experience. Political reportage in states here at the center has all helped me understand the finer nuances of this profession. It's undoubtedly a very, very exciting phase of my life. But during these past 16 years, I have always wondered, we in the Indian media always love to debate and discuss a problem. We in the media have frankly never experimented with a problem-solving mindset. In fact, we are fueled by a problem-highlighting and in some cases, a problem-creating mindset. You expose a politician, a bureaucrat, a businessman, a film star immediately when you start seeking solutions. Those who have solutions will shine, and those who don't will perish. I think this is the expectation that a new India has of its journalism, of its country, and this is exactly what is going to take India ahead.
Headlines with Happy Hour at 11 p.m. weekdays on India Ahead.
Freedom at last. Landmark judgment in Supreme Court.
Reality is that this law has been scrapped.
It is a historic day. It is a historic judgment.
Draconian 377 struck down.
Is being hailed as a major victory for the LGBTQ community.
This is not about sex, it's about freedom, it's about our constitution.
Because of the constitutionality that we are not criminals today and we are equal citizens.
Law gone, but has a social stigma.
Legal justice they have gained, but now they have to gain the community justice also.
Homosexuality has certain amount of abnormality.
A lot still remains to be changed.
So we want adoption right, marriage right.
Challenges and solutions ahead after the legal win.
Sensitizing our parents, sensitizing the society.
We will fight for the rights till we achieve it.
Meaningful, informative discussions.
Will the society and its attitude change?
What else needs to be done for you to accept this verdict in letter and spirit?
We deserve a safe workplace, a discrimination-free workplace, a bullying-free school and a hatred-free society.
Accurate reportage.
Now, it is the time for acceptance.
The Kerala police has summoned the Jalandhar bishop accused of raping a nun. The decision was taken in a high-level meeting. The meeting was called after the Kochi High Court asked the police to file a report detailing the actions taken in the case so far. Bishop Mulakal has been asked to meet the probe team on September 19th. An affidavit submitted by investigating officials to the Kerala High Court confirms that the bishop has committed the crime. The affidavit reads that the accused Bishop Franco has committed rape repeatedly on different dates between 2016 and 2018. The affidavit was submitted on August 10th by the Vaikom Deputy SP K. Subhash. The members of the Christian community has protested in Trivandrum demanding arrest of Bishop Franco Mulakal, who is accused of raping a 44-year-old nun. The protest in front of the Kerala Government Secretariat saw nuns protesting in streets. Just a day earlier, the victim turned towards the Vatican seeking intervention into the case. Cardinal Oswald Gracias, President of the Catholic Bishop Conference of India, as well as the Federation of the Asian Bishops Conference, has pledged to try and raise the incident with the Pope. Cardinal Gracias, who is currently in Rome, is in the Council of Cardinal Advisors to the Pope. Meanwhile, the Catholic Bishop Conference of India said that if the Bishop Mukallal was found guilty, they would definitely take action. TRS MP Balka Suman has survived a murder attempt in Telangana's Mancheriala. The MP has been attacked by Regunta Gatia for not giving him an MLA ticket for the upcoming elections. He lit himself with kerosene in an attempt to burn the MP with him. Gatia was rushed to a hospital in Hyderabad. The Congress, Chandrababu Naidu's Telugu Desam Party and the CPI have come to an understanding in the Telangana, where assembly polls are expected later this year. The leaders of the three parties have met the governor and have demanded that Telangana be placed under the president's rule. Bengaluru civic body has asked marriage and community convention halls to stop using disposable plastic cutlery. Bruhat Bengaluru Mahanagara Palike has issued circular asking owners of these firms to adhere to the ban on plastic. Even the usage of plain leaves has been discouraged. Three people have died and 9 houses were gutted after a fire broke out in Erode city in Tamil Nadu. The accident has happened where workers were unloading tracker parcels brought from Sivakasi. 2 workers were charred to death. The deceased are yet to be identified. Liquor baron Vijay Mallya has claimed that he met Finance Minister Arun Jaitley before leaving India. He also claimed that he made several attempts to settle the debts. Meanwhile, Arun Jaitley has denied any meeting with Vijay Mallya and has rebuked his allegations as being factually false. Touched, groped, harassed. US travel blogger recounts her harrowing ordeal in India. Jordan Taylor says she was trapped in a room for 2 days with men waiting outside for her to open the door. In her blog, Jordan Taylor says her fun trip to India turned into a nightmare as she recounts multiple instances of sexual harassment in an Oyo hotel in New Delhi. Under fire to act as fuel prices surge, Centre has announced incentives for alternative fuel. Procurement price for biofuel ethanol hiked by 25%, bid to reduce dependence on ethanol. The Supreme Court has ruled that the 5 accused activists in the Bhima-Koregaon case will remain under house arrest until September 17. Hearing in the case will resume on the same date. The 5 activists were detained on August 28th for their alleged involvement in the Bhima-Koregaon violence. Four studies conducted separately demanding reduce the 13 lakh strong armed force by at least 1,50,000 over the next few years and revamping the cadre to optimize the functioning at various levels and to make army lean and mean to fight a modern day war. Days after backing out from the first ever military exercise for BIMSTEC countries in India, Nepal has once again snubbed India. The nation's newly appointed army chief, Purna Chandra Thapa, has declined an invite by the Indian Army to attend a conclave of army chiefs on September 16th. The militaries of BIMSTEC member nations, barring Nepal and Thailand, had begun a week-long exercise at Ont near Pune on Monday to enhance cooperation in dealing with the challenge of terrorism in the region. Microblogging platform Twitter has now announced that it has forged over 50 premium video content collaborations in the Asia Pacific, of which 12 are with Indian partners for live streaming and video highlights, programming in sports, entertainment and news. The announcement made at an event in Singapore expands the premium video content available on Twitter to advertisers in the Asia Pacific and builds on extensions of existing global and regional content deals. At least one boy was killed and 5 other people were injured in a double bombing outside 2 girls' schools in the Afghan city of Jalalabad on Tuesday. The first explosion happened in front of Malika Umaira Girls' School. The second bomb went off shortly afterwards as locals and students gathered in the area. No group has claimed the attacks yet. However, the area of Jalalabad is expected to have strong presence of Taliban and the Islamic State. India and Russia are expected to hammer out a deal for 4 more Krivak-Talva-class stealth frigates for the Navy in October. According to the reports, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Vladimir Putin met in the national capital New Delhi for an annual summit between the two countries. 2 of the warships will be constructed at the Yanta shipyard in Kaligrad and the remaining 2 at the Goa Shipyard Limited. Representatives from Russia, Turkey and Iran had a formal meeting with the UN Special Envoy for Syria, Staffan de Mistura, in Geneva on the Syrian Constitutional Committee on the situation in Idlib. On the September 14th, de Mistura will hold another round of talks with top-ranked officials as well as with representatives of the European Union as well as the Arab League. Now, during an Arab League meeting in Cairo, Arab League Secretary General Ahmed Abou El Gheith has hit out on Washington's decision to cut UNRWA funding. Speaking in the meeting, he said that the US's goal of cutting funds to the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestinian refugees in the Near East was to question the legitimacy of the agency. Now, on August 31st, the US State Department announced that it had determined that the UNRWA to be irredeemably flawed and would be withdrawing all its funding. During a bilateral meeting at the Eastern Economic Forum, South Korean Prime Minister Lee Nak-yeon expressed his gratitude to Russian President Vladimir Putin for his efforts in the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. The Eastern Economic Forum, which has been held on an annual basis since the year 2015, works as a forum to develop political, economic and cultural ties between Russia and the Asia Pacific. Chinese helicopters and planes took part in exercise at Zabailkaski as a part of the Vostok 2018 drills. 25 helicopters and 6 fighter jets along with 9 Z-29 and 9 Z-19 helicopters are also attending the Russian military exercises. The Vostok 2018 drills are being held from 11 to 17 September in the far east of Asia, and according to the Ministry of Defense, around 300,000 troops, 1,000 aircrafts, 36,000 armoured vehicles and 80 vessels are going to take part in the war games. Ships and support vessels of the Russian Northern Fleet arrived in the Chukchi Sea to take part in the Vostok 2018 drills. The squadron sailing near Cape Van Kerem in the northern coast, including destroyer Vice Admiral Kulakov and landing ships and Alexander among other vessels. NASA has released the astounding views of Hurricane Florence captured by cameras outside the International Space Station. The images were taken when the hurricane moved in a westerly direction across the Atlantic. Florence is likely to make a landfall along the eastern seaboard of the United States late on Thursday or early Friday. The station was flying 255 miles over the storm at the time that this video was captured. Now, Hurricane Florence is a Category 4 storm, which is already approaching winds of up to 140 miles per hour.
Hi, this is Vidya Balan and you're watching India Ahead. Keep watching.
Kapilshrits, wishing its members, agents and well-wishers a happy Vinayaka Chavati. Kapilshrits, make your dreams true.
Customers and well-wishers, we wish you a happy Vinayak Chavati. Dr. Copper, seamless copper bottle. Customers and well-wishers, we wish you a happy Vinayak Chavati. Dr. Copper, seamless copper bottle.
लोग जब बाहर जाते हैं, कहते हैं डेटा नहीं चाहिए. हेलो, डेटा कैसे नहीं चाहिए बेटा? गूगल मैप्स तो खोलोगे. और उबर कैसे बुलाओगे बेटा? सेल्फी के सामने वाली सेल्फी ट्वीट तो करोगे. कैसे चलेगा ये सब बिना डेटा के? माईफाई के साथ ऑल डिवाइसेस कनेक्टेड और डेटा आपकी पॉकेट में. मतलब आगे आप, पीछे डेटा. डेटा तो चाहिए बेटा. मैट्रिक्स, कुछ तो बात है इनमें.
News for us is not yet another report on yet another scam. Not just yet another exclusive news break.
Not just a typical political blame game.
News isn't about looking at the world in black and white.
News that talks and debates the solutions, not just the problems.
News that takes you ahead. News that takes India ahead.
Freedom at last. Landmark judgment in Supreme Court.
Reality is that this law has been scrapped.
It is a historic day. It is a historic judgment.
Draconian 377 struck down.
Is being hailed as a major victory for the LGBTQ community.
This is not about sex, it's about freedom, it's about our constitution.
Because of the constitutionality that we are not criminals today and we are equal citizens.
Law gone but has a social stigma.
Legal justice they have gained, but now they have to gain the community justice also.
Homosexuality has certain amount of abnormality.
A lot still remains to be changed.
So we want adoption right, marriage right.
Challenges and solutions ahead after the legal win.
Sensitizing our parents, sensitizing the society.
We will fight for the rights till we achieve it.
Meaningful, informative discussions.
Will the society and its attitude change?
What else needs to be done for you to accept this verdict in letter and spirit?
We deserve a safe workplace, a discrimination-free workplace, a bullying-free school and a hatred-free society.
Accurate reportage.
Now, it is the time for acceptance.
What does India have that the world's top economies don't? It's 600 million strong youth population. What does the youth have that others don't? A hunger to solve problems. See ahead and take the society ahead. So watch me, Vaishali Gaba, as I don't just take India's television to the future, but bring India's future back to television.
Sourav Ganguly has been known to be a player's captain, and the former Indian skipper believes that current skipper Virat Kohli must back his players and give them the confidence to rise to challenge and turn into match winners. He also wants Virat Kohli to identify the talented players and give them a slightly longer rope. Captain Joe Root says his team are on an upward curve after finishing their international season with a victory at the Oval, which gave them a 4-1 series win over India, the #1 ranked team in the world. Currently, England wrapped up the victory with just under an hour's play remaining on day 5. Despite the 4-1 series defeat at the hands of England in the Test series, the Virat Kohli-led Indian side maintained its top position in the ICC Test team rankings. Now, as per the latest rankings released by the ICC, India dropped down from 125 points to 115 points, still maintaining a 9-point lead over South Africa, who were placed at the second position in the rankings with 106 points. England, who began the 5th Test series at the 5th position with 97 points, gained 8 points and climbed to the 4th position in the current rankings. David Miller, the experienced South African limited overs batsman, announced on Tuesday that he's decided to make himself unavailable for first-class cricket in order to concentrate on limited overs cricket. The 29-year-old made his first-class debut in 2008 and has notched up 3,342 first-class runs at an average of 36.32. Mahmudullah, Bangladesh's experienced batsman, said they need to adopt to hot and humid conditions quickly in order to succeed in the upcoming Asia Cup. Starting from September 15th, Bangladesh reached UAE this week in order to get themselves acclimatized to the conditions. Glenn McGrath has challenged James Anderson to reach 600 Test wickets after the England paceman became Test cricket's most prolific fast bowler. Anderson took the record from Australia's McGrath on Tuesday and now has 564 victims to his name. Spain's impressive start to the Nations League continued as they thrashed World Cup runners-up Croatia. Saul Niguez and Rodrigo, who scored against England on Saturday, were again on target for Spain in their 6-0 rout of the Croatians. England returned to winning ways after 3 successive defeats as Marcus Rashford's second half volley gave them victory over Switzerland in a scrappy and subdued friendly at Leicester's King Power Stadium. Rashford's 5 international goals have come at 4 English venues: Wembley, Sunderland, Leeds and Leicester. Everton forward scored twice on his first start for Brazil as they beat El Salvador 5-0 at the FedEx Field in Maryland. The 21-year-old won a penalty in the second minute, which was scored by Neymar for his 59th Brazilian goal. Richardson doubled the lead with a curling strike before Philip Coutinho scored as well. Eden Hazard and Romelu Lukaku scored the goals as Belgium got their Nations League campaign after a winning start in Iceland. Lukaku was bundled over by Ingarsson in the box for a penalty that Chelsea midfielder Hazard converted to open the scoring. The Manchester United forward caught on the score sheet himself 2 minutes later with a close-range finish. Liberia President George Weah played an international friendly for his country on Tuesday at the age of 51. Weah, the first African footballer to wield FIFA's World Cup of the Year award, featured for 79 minutes of a 2-1 home defeat by Nigeria in Monrovia. Weah played for Monaco, Paris Saint-Germain and AC Milan, with brief spells at Chelsea and Manchester City. Indian men's doubles pair of Manu Attri and B. Sumit Reddy stunned Olympic silver medalists Govi Smem and Tang Mi Kyong of Malaysia to enter the quarterfinals of the Japan Open on Wednesday. National champions Manu and Sumit came back from a 17-19 defeat to upset world number 10 V. Smem and Tanvi 15-21, 23-21, 21-19 in a 54-minute battle. Kartik Aaryan, whose last film, Sonu Ki Tittu Ki Sweetie, earned over ₹100 crores at the box office, will be next seen in Lakshman Utekar's Luka Chuppi, and the actor recently wrapped up the Gwalior schedule of the movie. Sunny Leone's husband Daniel Webber pens an emotional note on Twitter and tweeted, and I quote, "There is so much emotion for me watching this video from the Karanjit Kaur biopic. What a life we have lived so far. Sunny Leone, love you forever. So much more to accomplish together still." End quote. Amitabh Bachchan's daughter Shweta Bachchan Nanda is busy exploring different avenues in the creative industry. She recently launched a store in collaboration with her childhood friend and designer Monisha Jaisingh. Now the first look of her fiction debut, Paradise Stars, to be published by HarperCollins, was shared by Shweta on her Twitter page. The horror comedy Films 3 is creating magic at the box office. The Rajkumar Rao and Shraddha Kapoor starrer earned ₹3.22 crores on Tuesday, taking its total collection to ₹88.82 crores. Directed by Amar Kaushik, 3 is giving tough competition to Arjun Rampal starrer Paltan and Imtiaz Ali's Laila Majnu. Both the films released on September 7, whereas 3 hit the cinemas on August 30th. Farhan Akhtar was felicitated as the game changer of India for his experiments with contemporary cinema at the 80 Game Changers. The multi-talented star, who recently released his single Rearview Mirror from his upcoming album Echoes, spoke about his song at this event. After delivering a blockbuster hit, 3 Bollywood actor Rajkumar Rao's commenced shooting for his upcoming film Made in China in Ahmedabad. Taking to Twitter, Rao shared the information and wrote, "A new beginning, #Made in China starts filming today. Mark the date, releases on 15th August 2019. Bollywood actor and yesterday-year superstar Rishi Kapoor will release the Urdu translation of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's book, Exam Warriors. Vivek Agnihotri was forced to take down an abusive tweet against actor Swara Bhaskar on Monday after microblogging site Twitter locked the filmmaker's account for violating its rules. Palswara Bhaskar thanked Twitter. Vivek Agnihotri accused Twitter of curbing his freedom of expression. Superstar Shah Rukh Khan got felicitated with the Game Changer for his unmatched contribution to globalizing Indian cinema award at the Business Summit in London. Kareena Kapoor Khan will next be seen in 2 projects, both of which are backed by Dharma Productions. She begins shooting for Raj Mehta's Good News, where she is paired opposite Akshay Kumar from December end, followed by Karan Johar's magnum opus Takht, which goes on floors next August. Sasural Simar Ka fame Deepika Kakar is all set to enter the Big Boss House 12th season, and it's not about who's staying, but it is her own husband. Yes, Shoaib Ibrahim has also confirmed this news. Lady Gaga was moved to tears after she received a standing ovation among resounding applause to her Hollywood debut, A Star Is Born. The film, which was being touted as an Oscar contender, has been directed by Bradley Cooper, who also co-stars with the singer.
Hello everybody, and my best wishes to India Ahead channel. They've been doing really well and I wish them all the very best.
Solutions, not just suggestions. Options, not just opinions. Answers, not just questions. Anything and everything that will take India ahead.
India's true ambassadors. They make our hearts swell with pride.
And really I'm happy with silver medal.
You standing there and your flag is flying high. It's definitely a proud moment.
दो इवेंट में मेडल जीता, सिल्वर मेडल. मुझे बहुत खुशी महसूस हो रहा है. मेरा जो मेहनत किया था इसका फल मुझे मिला.
I think there are a lot more medals coming in, a lot of achievements coming in from India.
But behind these remarkable achievements lies the sad and unspoken story of struggle.
Why should these athletes wait for 2 years or 4 years, come the Asiad or the Olympics, to get their moment of recognition?
India Ahead's national campaign.
A lot of the discussion around these sports stars, it tends to end with just one mild celebration of that medal. But what change has it got in their lives in this cricket-hungry country often remains a huge mystery.
Help the struggling stars of India.
हाय, मैं हूं मनीष पॉल और आप देख रहे हैं इंडिया अहेड. कीप वॉचिंग.
4,900 shares sold.
54 for 2,000 shares.
निफ्टी ने 10,700 के स्तर को पार कर लिया है.
आज सुबह से ही रफ्तार में मार्केट 5,000 trades of 50.
I'm out. तेजी के साथ बढ़ रहा है बाजार.
What's he doing?
He knows what he's doing. It's 15,000 again.
Call at 44,000 shares.
He's almost got it. Sold.
90 bid away.
Not yet almost.
That's it.
Not enough to get it down.
Let's close it up.
Look beyond the markets. What's happening in the world of business? And how does it affect you? A health check on the state of your economy. Join me, Vaishali Gaba, as I make your news my business. Only on India Ahead.
Hi, I'm Tiska Chopra. आप देख रहे हैं India Ahead. Keep watching.
Health is wealth. Every 1% of GDP spent on health can potentially increase 5% of the country's wealth by preserving lives and deserving livelihoods. By polluting economics and dirty politics, we certainly need a breath of fresh air. Watch me, Sana Khan, as I unearth stories which promise to make a clean and healthy India ahead.
Election year is round the corner. Having been cornered, the opposition parties have begun doing the rounds.
Will federalism replace alleged feudalism? I am Rishabh Madrin Pratap. Join me as I break the fresh grounds to uncover the ground realities and bring you the politics behind politicians. Which government could we expect for India ahead?
Why is the Sensex scaling when the economy is failing? Why is GST called government subscribed tension? What remains the demon in demonetization, and should corporates be gaining when jobs are being lost? Watch me, Vaishali Gaba, as I make it my business to take India ahead.
To get ahead in life, you've got to make a head start. Join me, Shruti Mathur, as I join startups to understand what makes the Deccan India's digital capital and how they are all gearing up to take India ahead.
I'm very pleased to encourage the new channel that's coming out under the name India Ahead. We need new voices, free voices, liberal voices that will speak to all sections of our society and that will portray what's happening in India today and tomorrow in a constructive spirit. So in that spirit, I wish India Ahead all success.
Every day, things happen that affect your world. Are you on the right track? Times, they're changing. Are you changing with the time? When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. India ahead. While others give heat, we shed light.
There is a need for an informed debate on television, so I certainly hope India Ahead will serve as a platform for very intellectual and meaningful discussions that can lead to solutions. My best wishes to the launch of new India Ahead channel, and I certainly hope you will give prominence not to sensational news but to news that affect all of us as a country.
You're watching India Ahead.
Nine o'clock in the morning. A very good morning. You're watching India Ahead. My name is Ravi Kumar Dhulipala. First up, wishing all our viewers a very, very happy Ganesh Chaturthi. A quick look at the headlines before we show you celebrations from across the country. Controversial businessman Vijay Mallya does a spectacular U-turn on his "I met the finance minister" claim. After Arun Jaitley retorts as completely baseless claims, Mallya clarifies that he met the finance minister while passing through the corridors of the parliament. Sources say Congress and other opposition parties in Telangana have sealed the deal on seat sharing. Congress to get lion's share of 90 seats, while TDP and Communist Party to settle for 29 constituencies. Kerala police to file action taken report in front of the High Court, even as accused Bishop Franco Mulakkal is summoned for a second round of interrogation on 19th of September. Missionaries of Jesus, meanwhile, say they will independently investigate conspiracy charges in the matter. Apple unveils 3 new iPhones, the iPhone XS, iPhone XS Max and iPhone XR. Tech giant also launches the brand new Apple Watch Series 4 in its much anticipated fall event in Cupertino. And India Ahead wishes its viewers a very happy Ganesh Chaturthi. How about a 600 kg laddu for the world's favorite god? This Mahaprasadam offered in Khairatabad to be tallest Ganesha to be distributed to public after the last day of celebrations. Well, as mentioned earlier, it is Ganesh Chaturthi today, and the festival is being celebrated with a lot of vigor and fervor across the country. First up, let's head across to some visuals that we are getting from Khairatabad in Hyderabad, where the biggest Ganesha of Telangana has been installed. On the left-hand side, what you see is a mammoth laddu, about 600 kgs, that has been transported all the way from Andhra Pradesh, and it has been installed in Khairatabad opposite the 57 feet Ganesha. Onto its right, you see visuals coming in from Vizag in Andhra Pradesh and several other parts of the country, including Mumbai. Now, these are the visuals of the big laddu that has been transported all the way from East Godavari district in Andhra Pradesh and came to Hyderabad yesterday. This laddu, we are told, has a story to it. It takes a lot of time and effort to make this laddu, which is offered to Lord Ganesha in Khairatabad. And once the festival is over, half of the laddu is taken back to Andhra Pradesh, where it is distributed to the farmers, who then spray it in their fields for a better harvest. For more on this, we are joined in by my colleague Aerwyna, who is joining us from right outside the big Ganesh Pandal in Khairatabad. Aerwyna, we saw the visuals earlier. If for the benefit of our viewers, you could show us what is happening around you once again. Some gorgeous pictures coming in from Khairatabad, where we are told that Telangana's tallest Ganesha, about 57 feet in height, has been installed.
Ravi, we are at the Khairatabad Ganesh. This is the tallest Ganesh in the state of Telangana, and it is installed at Khairatabad here. The design and the installation has been done here itself. They designed it here at the Khairatabad Ganesh. People, this is the tallest Ganesh. This is nearly 57 feet tall, and today is Ganesh Chaturthi. So already the people, though it's early morning, people started coming here from 6:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and now there are a lot of crowd, a lot of cultural activities being happening here at the Khairatabad Ganesh, where it is installed. So now this is like literally turning into a festive mode slowly. In the daytime, it will turn into a festive mode now. So a lot of cultural events and the prayers have been taken place here by the committee, Ganesh Utsav committee here. So now a lot of police arrangements also have been made to take out the procession smoothly, so that no public do not find any kind of inconvenience here at the Khairatabad, because a lot of crowd comes down. Nearly thousands of devotees come and pray, offer their prayers here at the Khairatabad Ganesh. I will ask my camera person to show you a small Ganesh also, who has been moving around here at the Khairatabad here. So this is a small Ganesh. He has been dressed up in a face of Ganesh here, same as a Khairatabad Ganesh.
Right, Aerwyna. Once he removed that mask, he was nowhere close to Lord Ganesha, but thankfully he put it back on his face. Some very, very interesting visuals coming in from Khairatabad. We can see a lot of festive atmosphere, a lot of celebrations. People are excited about this festival. Mind you, Ganesha happens to be the world's favorite god. Do you have any information about the story behind the tallest Ganesha? Why is it that Khairatabad always sees this very, very tall Ganesha? Also, what is the kind of effort that has gone into putting that statue together? I'm sure that artisans would have worked for months altogether to put up such a huge Ganesha. Also, any information from where it has been transported? Well, we'll come to you shortly. Aerwyna, I'm told that we have Mahendra joining us from Khairatabad. Mahendra garu, inta pedda statue ఎందుకు ఇన్స్టాల్ చేస్తారు ఖైరతాబాద్ లో? 57 ఫీట్ అంట, 57 ఫీట్. హలో మహేందర్, మీకు నా ఆవాజ్ వస్తుందా?
వస్తుంది సార్, చెప్పండి సార్.
ఇక్కడ ఖైరతాబాద్ లో ఇంత పెద్ద స్టాచ్యూ ఎందుకు ఇన్స్టాల్ చేస్తారు? ఇది ప్రతి సంవత్సరం అవుతుందా ఇలాగా?
ఇప్పుడు గత 60 సంవత్సరాల నుంచి వెళ్తున్నాం సార్ అక్కడ.
ఓకే.
1 ఫీట్ నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేయడం, 1 ఫీట్ నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేయడం జరిగింది.
ఓకే.
63 ఫీట్ల వరకు పెట్టి ఇప్పుడు తగ్గిస్తా ఉన్నాం మళ్ళీ. గత లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ నుంచి 1 ఫీట్ తగ్గించుకొచ్చి ఇప్పుడు 57 ఫీట్ అయింది ఇప్పుడు అది.
ఎందుకు అలాగా అంటే దీని వెనకాల కారణం ఏమిటి? మీరు 60 సంవత్సరాల నుంచి చేస్తున్నారని చెప్పారు కదా.
అవును సార్, అవును సార్.
దాని కారణం ఏమిటి
అంటే మా పెద్దలు ఆయన సింగర్ అని ఉన్నారు, ఆయన వ్యవస్థాపకులు దానికి గణేశోత్సవ కమిటీ ఖైరతాబాద్ కి. వారు 1952 నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేయడం జరిగింది సార్ అది.
ఓకే.
అప్పటి నుంచి పెట్టుకున్న 1 ఫీట్ నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేయడం జరిగింది. 63 ఫీట్ వరకు పెట్టిన తర్వాత
మరి ఇప్పుడు సైజ్ తగ్గిస్తున్నారు. మహేందర్ ఒక నిమిషం ఎవరికి తెలుగు అర్థం అవుదో వాళ్ళకి నేను ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసి మళ్ళీ మీతో ఒక ప్రశ్న అడుగుతాను. ఫర్ ఆల్ ద వ్యూవర్స్ హు డు నాట్ అండర్స్టాండ్ Telugu, well, Mahinder happens to be somebody who has grown up in Khairatabad. He knows about the festivities surrounding the area, and he tells us that this whole practice of this massive Ganesha started from 1952 onwards. The believers, they started with a 1 foot tall Ganesha. They kept on increasing the height by a feet every year. And then, after reaching 63 feet, they decided to bring it back, reduce it by a foot every year. So now it has come back to 57 feet, which means that next year it will be 56 feet. Mahinder, 57 feet Ganesha ee samvatsaram meer install chesaru. Dani meeda enni రోజుల నుంచి పని జరుగుతోంది? ఎక్కడెక్కడి నుంచి ఆర్టిస్ట్స్ వచ్చి పని చేశారు అది?
గత 4 months స్టార్ట్ చేయడం జరిగింది సార్.
ఓకే.
అక్కడ దాదాపుగా 150 మంది అంటే 150 మెంబర్స్ పనిచేయడం జరుగుతూ ఉంటుంది సార్. అక్కడ
ఇక్కడ ఖైరతాబాద్ లోనే తయారు చేస్తారా లేదా ఎక్కడైనా వేరే చోట నుంచి తయారు చేసి?
ఖైరతాబాద్ లో తయారు చేస్తారు. సేమ్ ప్లేస్ లో తయారు చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. అక్కడ
సేమ్ ప్లేస్ లో తయారు చేశారు. మరి దాన్ని నిలబెట్టడానికి ఏమిటి, క్రేన్స్ అది తెప్పించి నిలబెడతారా? ఎలా చేస్తారు?
క్రేన్స్ తెప్పించడం జరుగుతుంది.
ఓకే.
మెటీరియల్ ఉంటుంది దానికి సార్, మొత్తం ఐరన్ మెటీరియల్ తో తయారు చేయడం జరుగుతుంది సార్ అక్కడ.
Okay, all right. So let me translate that into English. It seems that work has been going on for the past 4 months, and more than 150 artisans, sculptors have come together to sculpt this beautiful Ganesha, and cranes were brought in to actually erect it after the Ganesha was made. Incredible story. Acha, ee laddu undi kada 600 kgs laddu, dani gurinchi meeku emana telusa?
అదే ఇంత ముందు కూడా మనం పెట్టడం జరిగింది సార్. పెద్ద 5000 kgs లడ్డు పెట్టడం జరిగింది. అక్కడ ఏంటంటే చేతిలో కొంచెం ఇబ్బంది వెళ్తాయని ఇప్పుడు 6 kg నుంచి గత 10 years నుంచి ఈ పెద్ద లడ్డు పెట్టడం జరుగుతా ఉంది సార్ అక్కడ.
నేను విన్నాను ఈ లడ్డూని మళ్ళీ తీసుకెళ్లి ఆంధ్రాలో పంచుతారంట, తర్వాత పొలాల్లో వేస్తారంట మంచి క్రాప్ రావడానికి. అదే
అవునండి, అవును. అది 11 days పూజ అయిన తర్వాత అక్కడ తీసుకెళ్లి పొలాల్లో ఉలాల్లో చేయడానికి జరుగుతుంది సార్ అది.
Okay, thank you Mahinder మాతో మాట్లాడడానికి. Well, Mahinder there telling us more about the laddu as well. It seems that this specially made laddu comes all the way from Tapeshwaram in Andhra Pradesh, and once the festivities are over, half of it is distributed among devotees over here. The remaining half is taken back to Andhra Pradesh, where it is distributed to farmers and cultivators who spray it on their farmlands, expecting a better harvest every year. Aneri, I'll come back to you shortly. Before that, I'm told that we also have Harshit joining us from Delhi to show us the celebrations that are going on in the national capital. Harshit, beautiful visuals coming in from Hyderabad. Of course, there's a lovely story as well with regard to the tallest Ganesha. We'll get talking about it some other time. For now, tell me what's happening in Delhi.
Ravi, I'm placed in CP right now at the Ganesh temple where the puja is happening right now. There are scores of people inside. You can hear the gong right now. The puja has been happening for about 10 to 15 minutes now, and you can see people flooding in, so much so that the temple is full of people, and people are willing to just get a glimpse of their idol from outside, of their deity, and they're coming in with lots of offerings. They've also they take these offerings from outside the temple and they come into the temple. You can see people were taking inside flowers and fruits and coconut and whatnot. Also, there's a program out here, enlisting the kind of activities that will be happening throughout the day. We are here right now on the 13th, which happens to be, this is the program that's going to be followed throughout the day. You can see these red marks, the things written in the red here, the Maha Abhishekam, the Chandan, the Chandan ceremony for Lord Ganesh Ji. So all of this is going to be happening today here, and we are expecting people to come throughout the day as it's festivity now, and this is a festival close to the people of the Hindu community here in the country. We all know that Mumbai alone has about 150,000 statues of the Lord Ganesha, which are established, today, since it's the first day of the prayer ceremony. And, there are similar patterns which we see all across the country. And closer to the end of the 10-day festivity, the idols are taken in a public procession and immersed in a nearby water body. And they're made of clay, and it's believed that, the water body takes, once the clay dissolves into the water body, it's taken to Mount Kailash, which happens to be Ganesh Ji's birthplace. So that's the little story around this festival, and that's the kind of festivity we'll be seeing for the next 10 odd days. Though people interestingly have their own days as well.
Right.
Some have the sthapna of the idol for about 3 to 4 days, other keep it for about 7 days. So that kind of varies. We see that with celebrities as well, with they having their own days to take the body, to take the idol, the clay-made idol of the Ganesh Ji to the water body. So that's the kind of festivity we see in the country, and we'll be updating you with similar stories, with similar visuals throughout the day and and during the course of this festivity.
Right, Harshit, you're coming to us from Connaught Place, which in itself is a very, very busy place in New Delhi, and it's interesting to see that already there are many people who have gathered outside that particular pandal to offer their prayers to their favorite Lord, Lord Ganesha. And I would want to slightly correct you. It's not just the Hindus. In fact, every community has got a favorite spot in their hearts for Lord Ganesha. Correct me if I'm wrong. In Mumbai as well, Lal Baghcha Raja, you see Muslims, you see everybody, even Christians coming there and offering their prayers, and at the same time enjoying the lovely feast, the laddus that are distributed. Well, that's the pull that Lord Ganesha has.
Right, Ravi, not just the laddus, the modaks as well. Mumbai is known for its modaks, but even in Delhi, I happen to visit a few sweet shops, and even here people are taking modaks along as well. You get modaks readily in Mumbai, but in Delhi you particularly get it only around this time, and people have it with a lot of I would say with a lot of enthusiasm and with a lot of people really look forward to having the modak.
Right.
It's not big, it's for the simple fact that it's festivity and it's not really that readily available in Delhi. But this time around of the year, this time of the year, you get it almost everywhere. The sweet shop owners especially have these guys coming in who specialize in making modaks, and you see a variety, a wide array of modaks being prepared. I myself saw about 4 to 5 varieties yesterday at the Bengali Sweet House in Mandi House, which also is a very popular place around here. So
right.
A lot of preparation already happening, and as we approach closer to the end of this festivity, it's going to pick up more momentum, and there's going to be more people who are going to add to it.
Right, do stay with us. I'll come back to you shortly. Before that, once again, let's head across to Aneri, who's joining us from Khairatabad, where the tallest statue in Telangana has been installed. Aneri, I got talking to somebody who has more information about the whole custom, the whole tradition of putting up such a big statue. He told us that artisans and sculptors have been working for close to 4 months to put up such a massive statue, and it looks very, very attractive, doesn't it? Show us the full view while you tell us more about what you see around you.
Yes. Yes, Ravi, this statue is designed and set up here itself. It is not brought down from somewhere. The artists work here only, and the design and the installation of the Ganesh is done here. They do not come from anywhere, or they do not bring it. This is the tallest Ganesh in Telangana. It's nearly 57 feet height and 24 width. So year by year now they are decreasing the height of the Ganesha. Now this year it's 57 feet, next year it will be nearly 56 feet. So the Ganesh committee has been working on this since last 4 to 5 months on this, and you can see a lot of festive mode here taking place, a lot of cultural activities, and people have been coming down here to offer their prayers, and also now they have started taking selfies with the Ganesha, so that so it's a big day here in city. This has turned out to be